Deepwoken isn't always gonna be fun. Wiping your favorite build or losing a gank with your guild sucks, it really does. Every time we lose, we get a little bit stronger. Eventually, all of those little despairs build up, and that's what makes winning that much better. What's up guys, it's Punchy, and I've been working overtime. Some of you might be aware, but I love making Deepwoken character builds, especially if they're from some of my favorite series and anime. Over the past year, I've dedicated my channel to this type of content, and I've even decided to make a binding vow to ensure quality curse content for you to enjoy. However, I've recently been recreating all my favorite characters from one of the greatest anime in our current era, Jujutsu Kaisen. Over this time span, I've made builds about Sukuna, the king of all curses, Gojo, the honored one, and Toji, the one who left it all behind. It's safe to say I love this series and I encourage all of you to check it out. Of course, it has to be said, this video is jam-packed with spoilers and references from Jujutsu Kaisen Shibuya arc, so make sure you're caught up. Let's begin. Is being a sorcerer fun? Do you think people do this because they enjoy killing curses? Well, I have the answer. Today it's time for a legendary sorcerer, somebody who knows the rules of Jujutsu society like the back of his hand and still hates them anyway. Unable to leave behind the world of Jujutsu, he becomes a professional sorcerer that accepts the harsh reality of the world. A man obsessed with changing the future while being shackled to his haunting past. Kento Nanami. With his outstanding physical capability and battle analysis skills, Nanami and his curse technique easily represent and exemplify what it means to be a true first-grade sorcerer. Incoming transmission everyone, being a sorcerer, it's not great work, and I just have to accept that reality, so instead of being a sorcerer, I found a different job instead. Using my curse technique, the Reaching Rambler, I've transferred my energy into making builds just for you guys. I love making content, and if you enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe because it really helps me out. Lend me your power because we need it to redefine Jujutsu. On to the most important phase of build creation, the appearance. Recreating Nanami in Deepwoken wasn't easy, but I did what I could using the Kanor race. Dedicated to his students and those around him, Nanami fits perfectly as a loyal teacher who would never abandon his friends. Also, Kanor markings kind of represent Nanami's eye bags caused by overwork and all that sorcery stress. For the outfit, I was inspired by Nanami's blue collar shirt and signature tie. He often wears a white overcoat, but I felt like this blue one fit a little bit better with our in-game appearance, so it's inspired. If you're wondering, this tie accessory is an unobtainable exclusive item given out from certain events, but we need this yellow tie for Nanami like it's essential to his character. You'll notice my weapon of choice was a Grim Tanto representing his strangely shaped dull cleaver that he wields for the entirety of Jujutsu Kaisen. His curse technique, Ratio, allows him to identify and target his enemy's weak point, making them very susceptible to damage and easy to take down in a single strike. I'll go in depth about this further, but the Grim Enchant forced out our enemy's weak point as we fought them with our dual cleaver. After experiencing Jujutsu sorcery for so many years, you get accustomed to death. It's terrible, and at some point you just accept that as a reality. Distraught by the death of his comrades, Nanami trained both mentally and physically in order to protect those close to him, and our stats reflect that. Enough messing around, it's time to work overtime. Let's get right into Nanami Kento's vast range of abilities. Nanami's arsenal begins with his honed proficiency over cursed energy. With the ability to weave through curses while harnessing his own energy, he became one of the most reputable sorcerers that can handle himself in a fight. An exceptional fighter at close range and a sharp mind like no other, Nanami Kento fights with precision to protect the younger generation of Jujutsu High. Exuding cursed energy with confidence, we represent his cursed energy using Azure Flames. Much like Nanami, our attacks brim with glowing blue energy that dig in and tear our enemy to shreds. Every attack is calm and calculated, burning blue with the passion we feel deep within. Taking it a step further, on the outside, our cursed energy becomes a weapon that we wield with confidence. Emitted from our soul, energized and excited, Abyssal Ridge represents a wave of cursed energy that is released from inside. Abyssal Ridge accurately represents a concept behind all of Nanami's attacks. Seek out their weakness and deal with them quickly. Truly blessed with a knack for cursed energy, a majority of Nanami's strength originates from an ability known to all as the Black Flash. It's stated that if curse energy is applied with precision and within 0.000001 seconds after an attack, the user will enter a flow-like state, gaining consciousness of their inner cursed energy to enhance and multiply the damaging output of their sorcery technique. In tune with the world of cursed energy, Nanami set the previous Jujutsu Kaisen record for consecutive Black Flashes, being 4 perfect executions of the Black Flash in a single day. It's safe to say his precision and understanding of this technique is beyond most sorcerers in the modern day era. Pulling back to analyze our targets and slamming back in, Exhaustion Strike releases our full potential as we inject posture into our enemy and leave them stunned, open to anything we want to throw out next. Paired up with a Blessed Gem, hitting our Black Flash lets us do it again. Once you're in the flow state, it's almost impossible to stop. Assessing the battlefield, Nanami analyzes his target and swiftly dispatches them using his curse technique, Ratio. With the ability to divide his enemy evenly into tenths, Nanami forcibly creates a critical point using a 7-to-3 ratio and easily cuts them down. Against him, defense means nothing, you're just a number to be divided. It's not easy being a sorcerer in these dangerous times, but we make do. Slashing through our enemy, we speed blitz our target using Cursed Ratio Revenge. Anybody or anything within my field of vision has a weakness, and it's about time we cut them down to size. Nanami's ratio is special. It's almost impossible to counteract and improves with the user's mastery of their own innate curse technique. Within a single slash, Nanami takes care of business with his ratio ability and moves on to the next enemy that dares to stand against him. In fact, as his 7-to-3 ratio developed, it's ironic that many work hours, 7 AM to 3 PM, share the same numbers. Exercising curses is just a job. It doesn't matter how you cut it, it needs to get done. The ratio technique isn't just limited to cursed spirits or even other sorcerers. Nanami's ratio collapse places a weak point on absolutely anything, allowing him to target critical locations and destroy his surroundings as well. Abandoning his concern and leaving everything behind, Nanami literally drops the rocks on his opponents as he punches through the battlefield, determined for destruction. Imbued with cursed energy, a singular powerful punch is enough to pierce our enemy's posture and deal substantial damage. As a true mentor to Yuji Itadori, the literal hand demon, Nanami also throws hands. Strong left granted us physical strength perfect for block breaking and slamming defending enemies. Also, our resonance wind-up gave us even more strength with a powerful curse punch straight from the soul. With fortitude, both physically and mentally, Nanami doesn't know when to stop. Pushing through and breaking his limits, Nanami works overtime to exercise any curse that blocks his path. After forming a binding vow with his own soul, Nanami limits his own capability during the day and at the end of his work hours, multiplies his cursed energy output much higher. If Nanami is forced to work overtime, he isn't just at full strength, he breaks his limits and harnesses about an approximate 20% boost to his overall strength and cursed energy. This vow can be risky throughout the day, but when Kento needs the clutch, it definitely happens. The base application of overtime was exemplified in game with Flame Within. Gaining speed, ether regeneration, even bonus cursed energy, we ignite, shrouded by cursed energy that surrounds our body with confidence. Just like Nanami, we gotta be careful because this can be a double-edged sword that can hurt us if used without caution. Breaking through our barriers, we slam our targets and pressure them using our overtime impact. Flame Charm's Ash Slam flips the flow of battle in an instant, allowing us to pressure players from a distance and leave them dazed, ready for secondary attacks. This is what happens when we're forced to work overtime. As any instructor should be, Nanami is in tune with his students' attacks, and let me remind you, this is Jujutsu Kaisen, there are no running ones, we're jumping. Synchronized with his student, Yuji Itadori, Nanami throws a barrage of undefendable punches enough to leave Mahito a disaster curse straight up infinite comboed. It's demon time, we throw out rapid punches to deal heavy damage and combo our targets. It's truly been a Jujutsu Kaisen. And that's all for his abilities. Just like the legacy of Nanami Kento, all good things must come to an end, but first, let's take a look at my full talent list. Now all that's out of the way, take a look at some fights with one of Jujutsu Kaisen's greatest, Nanami Kento. Thank you guys so much for watching, and seriously, I had so much fun making this build. I love these character builds, and I know you guys also enjoy it, so let me know down below who you want to see next. As always, make sure to like and subscribe, and have a good one. It's punchin' time.